Okay, wow, guys, what a couple days, huh? A lot of shootings going on, but this is America, right? So, great way to start off the new year with a bang, huh? There was a shooting in Baton Rouge, it was Louisiana, where 12 people were injured. At what supposedly was a targeted attack, and no race was mentioned of any type. So yeah, I'm guessing like it was the blacks or something that did it. Nah, the media is pretty sure they said nowadays, if it's a race versus race type, white on black, spy versus spy crime, or vice versa, then it becomes news. But nope, this is just another shooting. I guess they'll report on it because it happened. When the media like doesn't say who the race was, it's like, okay, it's because they don't want to say he's black and then seem racist. The media is so, or at least the left, they're so scared to do that shit. And then a shooting happened in Southern California in like a mostly Asian community in Monterey Park, where at least 10 people were dead, and the media was like immediately trying to twist it as like Asian discrimination until they found out that the suspect was just some old looking Asian dude, and it was like a revenge type of crime with him and his partner or wife. And now it's just another unfortunate event that took place, and it's not racially motivated news. It looks like they found the suspect dead, slumped over in his car of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So what a pussy, right, to go out and do that shit and shoot himself. But again, the media are scum for trying to make all this about race. In the article I read, even had to point out that no assault rifles were used. So not to fucking fuel to the fire of banning assault weapons. Give me fuel, give me fire, then we got whoo, yeah. Speaking of more unnecessary violence, have you seen those? How do I quote this? Peaceful protests going on in Atlanta that the media reporting. Again, the media. It's the media, the leftists, and the right media, and lizards, and the wizards, and the Illuminati. No, they're reporting about how these people are like looting and setting cop cars on fire, and everyone wants to, like, they're legit trying to call them peaceful protests because they're worried that they'll be labeled racist. Because yeah, I guess it's Antifa. I don't fucking know. Or it might be Black Lives Matter. I don't know. When you see the people being interviewed there that are the protesters and they're black, and they're like, oh, well, they're being peaceful when they're lighting cop cars and doing graffiti and looting. But again, honestly, these protests aren't even peaceful anymore, man. Like, why even call them protests? The way of the peaceful protests is gone because that kind of protest doesn't like change anything anymore. That's probably why the U.S. keeps giving money and weapons to the Ukraine to fight and beat Russia instead of trying to bring them together, both in one room and talk it over in a peaceful way. Because actions are louder than words, or, bullets are louder than, I don't know, words, not flowers. I don't know what peaceful to, you just shoot someone. That's true in all ways of life, What did Martin Luther King say famously? Slob on my knob, corn on my cob. Lay in the bed and give me head. Don't have to ask, don't have to beg. Nah, I don't think he said that. He might have, maybe, at some point in his life, but I don't think he famously said it. Speaking of knob slobbing, did you see Buzz Aldrin? Who was he? The second man to walk on the moon? Ooh, second. Whoop-de-doo. He's marrying his chick and he's at the ripe age of 93 years of age, and his wife is 63 years old. So that's like if he was 33, he'd be marrying a 3-year-old. If you want to do that math. Nah, but good for him, I guess. Man, honestly, I don't see the point of marriage to begin with at any point, but then to do it like when you could literally die just like by sneezing the wrong way in the bathtub and then falling. I see even less reason to get married. But hey, maybe, who knows? Maybe their relationship is some fake ass moon landing like bullshit, and she's just a prize from the government to keep his fucking mouth shut about it. Don't fucking tell people the moon landing was fake, you stupid piece of shit. No, that'd be crazy though to walk on the moon, huh? Even if you were the second person to do it. Like it's weird how the moon is even it's not even a planet or a star. It's just a moon, right? But it's like super important to how the earth like exists and shit. Like we couldn't really exist without it. That's kind of crazy. Uh why don't we go to the moon though? Like instead of Mars, Elon, huh? Like Mars, yeah, Mars is cooler than the moon, but the moon is kind of technically more of a walking distance, wouldn't you say? And we could at least build, I don't know, some super Walmarts up there and send all the homeless people from Earth to live outside of them. That's a good idea, right? Sending all the homeless people up to the moon. Dude, have you seen like photos lately of Paris, France, where the homeless are taking over the streets? It looks like do you ever play BioShock Infinite? God, I love BioShock, the whole series, but Infinite, there's like this part where you're in France and you're like fantasizing about it as the main girl character Elizabeth, and then the city starts like getting all fucked up and burning and just being a nightmare. I think that's what France is turning into apparently. It looks like the streets of California or Austin. I don't know, man. I haven't been out to the world in so long. I think it's been like 5 or 6 years. I don't know how the world legit treats homeless people. I just see what the media wants to show me on, the internet or the television. But I've honestly never liked homeless people. Like, bro, just go get a house. It's that simple. Now, I know some of them are hard on their troubles, and every story is different, but I bet if you told a lot of them, hey, we can get you some help, we can get you into work, if you wanted to, they would be like, fuck you, I just want people to give me money so I can, like, buy a drink for the day, and that's it. But when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore, I guess, right? Dude, you see the DMs that Justin Roiland was doing with underage women, and Justin Roiland being the co-creator, I'm sorry, of Rick and Morty. I mean, it was pretty funny. I was hearing them in like his Morty voice because that's the only way like to really hear Justin Roiland talk to underage girls. Like, oh, jeez, I didn't mean to groom you, but if you let me rape you, I don't need any consent. Oh, jeez, come on, Rick. No, I hope that shit blows over because I'm a big fan of Rick and Morty. And I mean, bigger shit's blown over for bigger people. I wouldn't say it's neither gotten better nor worse. The show Rick and Morty, but I think it's still good and it's something to watch. I hate when that Szechuan sauce McDonald's bullshit came out and everyone just started to become a fan of Rick and Morty for no fucking reason. That was bullshit. Because I was a true fan way before all y'all bastards. I know this white chick I was messing around with at the time would come over and we'd watch that shit all the time and cuddle, and she'd feed me her hair. Great times, great times. So I hope Justin Roiland gets through this, because hey, if Crystalia can keep getting through it over and over and over and over again, then Justin Roiland can get through it, right? Am I right? And speaking of being guilty, he probably is. Did you see the story of a gay couple charged with like molesting their adopted sons and pimping them out to a pedophile ring? I'm not offended by the gay people like section, because I've seen shit. Straight people do this shit too all the time. To me, that's not like the kicker of the news story. Like, in fact, I think that type of shit is more of an issue with straight people. But my concern is that it's two white guys who did it, and I'm like, yeah, that's where the story makes sense. Like, it's always white people getting in the news doing fucked up weird shit like that with their fucking kids and adopted kids, and I don't know. I feel like I'm allowed to say that because I'm like a minority, and the whole world is essentially against white people at the moment. But how the tides have turned. The tables have tided for the whites, Now, white people are all right. Again, I was talking about that white girl that would come over, she was crazy, though. Like, I gotta admit, So that's what I'm saying. Like, white people are cool. They're just crazy. That's kind of just a fact. And also, like, there was that white woman who, when I was 17, tried to, like, rape me with the TV show Friends on, with her 2-year-old in the room, So yeah, like, I see like these two white guys that put out their kids to be raped and whatever, and then I see Justin Roiland doing his fucking Rick and Morty grooming shit, and I'm like, okay, I get the mindset of these white people, like they're just crazy. But yeah, I mean, I feel bad for everyone. I don't. It's a crazy world out there. I'm sure every race is capable of doing this. I mean, look at the Asian that just shot all those people, and these white people were doing weird shit. But that's just the world. So I hope it gets better. But I'm kind of glad that I'm stuck inside at the moment because I don't have to live through all that shit that's going out there in the out in the real world, not in the Matrix. You gotta escape the Matrix. I don't know if I want to escape the Matrix. That sounds kind of crazy to me. But yeah, guys, we made it another week, huh? Great job, guys. I really hope y'all are safe and not near any fucking shooters or any peaceful protests, which are actually just rioting, with extra steps. But yeah, hopefully these shootings calm the fuck down. But since these shootings aren't racially motivated crimes, they'll obviously get swept under the rug by the media and won't matter to the politicians to further their agendas. And let's pray for my boy Justin Roiland, because yeah, I do like Rick and Morty, but hopefully he isn't a full-blown predator, But if he is, I wouldn't be surprised. It sounds it's a shame, but it sounds about right, And do you think the moon is the best place for homeless people? Let me know in the comments below, But yeah, hope you all have a great start to a week, and hang in there and take care. Bye.